Well, we have our next guest joining us. Unfortunately, he could not make it on set with us in studio because he is actually working. But this gentleman over here has made a huge impact in Hindi films in the recent past. You can say he has impeccable pedigree in Bollywood, courtesy his family collection, to a certain Amir Khan who was on our show a little bit earlier. Imran is somebody who has always been extremely vocal about the way he feels about the society, environmental causes, and here he is on the show with us. Hi Imran, it's amazing to have you. Thank you so much for making the time.
Hey guys, how are you doing? As you said, I'm very sorry that I couldn't be there. I'm stuck in my lovely makeup van.
No, but
shooting
we are really happy that you at least made the time to do this.
I'm really thrilled that I could at least be a part of this in some small way.
And Imran, you got the longest introduction that Priyanka just gave, 4.5 hours. How do you feel about that?
I'm sorry, I can't quite hear you. Would you repeat that, please?
Don't worry about it. It was Cyrus. You don't need to hear.
I just don't know how to recycle.
Cyrus can be completely ignored, Imran. We've been talking all day about lighting up 1 billion lives and what we've been doing with raising money and awareness to bring solar lanterns to a lot of villages around India which don't have electricity, and recycling plastics and our plastic waste. Anything that you would like to say about that?
You know, talking about recycling plastic waste, this is something that I think we've made tremendous progress in over the last couple of years. Government's been very good about this. People in particular, I've noticed, have also really started to care about this. It's one of those little things, it's one of those things that people don't realize what a difference it makes until you actually start to do it. And I'm very impressed with the way that this has been implemented, with the way that people have responded to it. Little things, you go to the Banya store, you're trying to buy stuff, and you don't get plastic bags in a lot of places. A lot of places will say, no, we don't give plastic bags. A lot of places will charge you money so that they will discourage you from taking plastic bags. I think that is one of the best things that has happened.
Right. Imran, when you were with us a couple of years back on the Greenathon, you spoke to us at great length about some of the steps you've taken in your own life, in your own house, to try and make it greener. Would you just like to share that with us again? Yeah, actually, the last time I was on the show, you're right, I had talked about a lot of stuff that I've done a fair amount of research on what you can do to kind of live a slightly cleaner, greener life. These are all things that I've implemented in my own home. My house is currently being done up, and everywhere that I could, I've tried to implement as many eco-friendly measures as possible. That's from using a lot of recycled materials. My home is tiled with these special tiles that are made from recycled industrial waste. The outside areas, the balconies and stuff, we're using these bricks that are made from recycled tires. We're using solar power, solar water heaters. I've used a lot of LED lights throughout the house. They use much less power. They don't fuse, they don't die as often as regular light bulbs do. There are so many things that we can do to kind of just make our homes and make our lives more eco-friendly. I think a lot of people get scared off by it because a lot of these measures, initially, the initial investment, the money that you spend is more. A solar water heater, for example, costs more than a regular heater.
Right. But
it uses so much less power. In fact, it uses no electricity. So
you're saving more on the long run.
It's going to pay for itself within about a year, apart from, you know, just being a greener way to heat up your water.
Right.
I really wish that people would take the time and the effort to research a little bit more about this kind of stuff. It really is very easy in the age that we live in now with the internet. And if people would just do a little bit of research and find out a little bit more stuff, you would realize that what initially seems to be very expensive to you, buying an LED light bulb as opposed to a regular light bulb, in the long run it works out to be so much cheaper, so much more beneficial to everyone, to yourself included.
Correct. Wow, right. That is so fantastic.
Imran, we have Swati here with us who's got some more suggestions that she thinks all of us can implement in addition to what you've already done.
And could you
Swati,
please write them down, please, Imran? Yes,
well, one of the things, it's amazing the things that you've already done to your house. I mean, it's really extraordinary. And it's really amazing that what you've already done with the house, and I think one of the things that we can all do is that, you know, the rainwater harvesting and grey water harvesting. Rainwater harvesting, again, it's a little expensive to put in initially, but it's amazing over the long term what it can actually do for your water situation. Now the grey water, and in India, I have to say, in many states they have asked people to implement it, but I will give you a small example of how sometimes people can duck and dive these things. In Gurgaon, for example, they said all new constructions must put rainwater harvesting in. It costs you 50,000 rupees to put it in, which is a lot of money, and there's only a certain socio-economic strata that can afford it. I completely agree with that, but even the people who can afford it, rather go to the guy in the corporation because they can get a certificate that says they've done it for 5,000 rupees. You know, I mean, we're talking about something that's not, yes, I mean, it's like something that's just going to help you down the line, down the years, and we all know what a water problem cities have. So,
okay, I think Imran's having trouble in hearing us. Imran, Swati was really talking about rainwater harvesting, and I'm sure that's something you've kept in mind too.
No, I think Imran...
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Yeah, Swati was talking about rainwater harvesting.
Rainwater harvesting, that is actually something else that I'm doing at my place, and I find it ridiculous in that in a state like Maharashtra, a city like Bombay, where we get the amount of rainfall that we do, we still have problems with a shortage of water, and that really is because so much of this water is wasted. In the kind of development that has come up in the urban areas, particularly Bombay and surrounding Bombay, the end result being that every surface is covered with cement and with tar. So when it rains, there is nowhere for the water to go, which is why we have floods like we've been having the past couple of years, and ultimately that water just drains off into the sea rather than going into the ground where we can actually harvest it. So again, what I've done in my house is try to keep a lot of open spaces, or the parking areas in the building, rather than putting down concrete or granite and marble as a lot of people do. We try to leave it natural so that the water soaks in.
Imran?
I think this could really solve a lot of problems.
Definitely.
Apart from that, I think you were talking about grey water harvesting.
Yeah, grey water harvesting, exactly.
I don't know how many people are aware of what that is exactly. Grey water harvesting is the water from your sinks.
Yes.
When you wash your hands, when you wash your dishes in the kitchen,
yeah,
when you shower, all of that water that goes out, that is called grey water. Again, in my house we put in a filtration system that filters out the soap and the chemicals, and that water goes into the garden to water plants and stuff.
Oh wow, great. That huge round of applause for Imran Khan.
Imran, that's absolutely fantastic. All the ideas, all the suggestions that we could possibly have for what we do in a house, you've already done. Cyrus, I'll translate for you.
No, Imran, can you hear us? If you can, just raise your hand slowly.
Oh, no.
I don't think he can hear. Oh, can you hear us?
No, he can't.
Cyrus. Only
Alright, Cyrus, don't matter. Imran, don't worry, that's Cyrus messing with your head. Imran, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you so
Fantastic having you with us as always in the Greenathon, and many congratulations for what you've done. Great having you with us.